Hello, everybody. This is a review I decided I was going to make after I got invited to be part of, like, the. Not testing, but I got early access to the game. Like, um. This is a game called. I could be wrong on how to pronounce this, but I believe it's Tamarak Trail. It is a beautifully crafted game. It is a game by Tiny Build. It is a roguelike deck builder that the combat revolves around dice. You get to customize the sides of the dice, which I'll show you guys a little bit of that momentarily. Um, so far, I have played a bit of this. Like, I've put in, I don't know how many hours I'm sitting at already. And I got access to this day and a half ago. Um, yeah, Tamarak Trail. I currently have been doing a bit along the I've been doing a little bit of stuff when it comes to like trying to earn some of the stuff because I've done a couple episodes of this already. The first episode of that will actually be already released when this comes out. This is going to be getting released at the exact same time. Um, Time zone I'm in, this game officially drops at noon. Um, it's it is way too early in the morning right now, but the game officially launches at noon for me today. Um, as you saw from the note that was on that porch, is Sturgis Lodge. The first thing I want to comment on is there's actually like a Sturgis here. Um, but I just want to put emphasis on like the art and stuff in this game. Just I I had my breath taken away at some of the things I'd seen when I was doing the combat in the game. Um, it is a very beautifully crafted game when it comes to the art style. Um, the version of the game I'm playing currently is still before version 1.0 as far as I'm aware. The dice have a it is very easy to customize it. The lodge uses these tokens up here. I I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this. I attempted to in the video, and yeah, no. Just no. You've got there's multiple different heroes. I think current like release version of the game is going to have three. I'm going to let you guys kind of explore those on your own. I will say one of the upgrades from the launch I may or may not have found an exploit within about a couple seconds of reading the description. Um, that exploit, though, will take you way longer than actually just playing. Because trying to die in the first level is so hard. But let's hop into the open world so I can show you guys the way the map looks, stuff like that. The loading screens are actually really nice. They seem to go so fast. So for my review, I'm actually going to go over a little bit of basic information about the game. So, wounds. That is your actual life. Um, you can take 5 hits directly, and you're dead. If you take 5 hits, you're dead. This is your gold. It can be spent to shops. Pretty generic thing that most people know. Shops are this icon here. Honestly, was pretty intuitive. I kind of knew what was up. Encounter, enemy, loot, uh, healing. The map actually has multiple branching paths, which I like. It's not like some roguelikes where it's like, oh, you're in room 1, go to room 2, go to room 3. Hey, you're at the boss. Go to room 4, go to room 5, go to room 6. Hey, here's a boss. Um, it gives you a bit more diversity in some of your choices. Sometimes you can have areas that are like extremely high amounts of enemies with like no encounters, no medic, no chest. Um, for instance, I'll take the first paths to this first boss here. The bosses are actually marked with a special icon on the map, which I do kind of like. It's not just like some where if they do have branching paths, they meet and it's like, is it a boss or just a normal encounter? Um, Also, some of the artwork for the later areas just is so cool looking. I don't know what's with the evil teapot of souls over here. I have not made it that far. Um, Actually, at current point, I haven't even made it to this guy. I don't understand that face. Looks like a witch. Um, and then it goes all the way to the crater, which is the thing you saw in that little intro video. The intro video is actually something. It bugged out the first time I tried to watch it when I was trying to play the first time. Like when I first loaded up the game, it bugged out and it just skipped itself. I was kind of sad about that. I think I mentioned something about that when I was doing or recording the first episode. Um, Turns out it was a glitch. The game hasn't had an update since I recorded that first video, but it let me, like, I can watch it. I can watch it just fine. But Dice Forge is the little die icon up there. It's when I said it's pretty easy to mess with things, I mean you can pretty much customize the die to your content. You can change each side, you can swap parts of the sides. There's little cores you can get that are pretty nice to have. And you just click that to go back. Let's see, the first chest is too far away. There are like little encounters. The encounters are really nice. There's one major thing I will say about these encounters. It does remember what you said. Um, so for this review, I'm just going to show you one one encounter, a combat sequence, and that'd be it. Because I don't want to go too much into this. So there is just the option to leave here, or as you just saw down at the bottom, if you've done an encounter, you can actually see what the outcome is. I don't know what the blue one is. For the chances, for this, I'm just going to do it. Okay, so I gain 1. So, yeah, this is resolve. I don't know, resolve regeneration. Okay. So, resolve is essentially your armor, your health, and your mana all in one. Well, it's your health. So, it's hard to explain because this is your health. Once this is done, you're gone. I'll just, where's... Okay, so here's a single enemy. So, you can pick up the dice, you can throw them individually, or you can do them as like a batch thing. Do that, gain a dodge. Some of the things like what you just saw there, I used it, and it's in the description, which pops up over here. It says exhaust die. If I right click on this, it's actually going to show me all of the sides of the die. And like those will pop up over there, but like this, exhaust. If it says exhaust, it means once you use it, that side of the die becomes essentially blank. You can spend your resolve, which is this yellow bar here, to get it back. I'm going to spend a bit more of my resolve so that I can show you what it's about. So, okay, he didn't do any damage. That side of the die right there, that's the thing I wanted to point out. If you see that, you can actually spend resolve. Nope, land on armor. So, I'm actually going to use that to show something real fast. So, now you see I've got armor. I'm just going to end the turn. I'm not going to attack. As you saw, that hurt my resolve. So, if you take damage, it hurts your resolve. If your resolve gets to 0, and you are supposed to take even 1 point more of damage, it destroys a heart. Let's say he had an attack that did like 10 times 3. He's going to do 10 damage in 3 different instances. Let's say I've got 5 health. He's going to take that 5 health and 3 hearts, because part of that initial 1 hurts this heart. And then he's got 2 more instances of damage. They're going to hurt these. My resolve will regenerate at the start of my turn. You can click auto roll. Oh, hey, I can actually show you what I mean. How it says exhausted. If I use it, it used resolve to regen it. It does also have a reroll mechanic. I don't know if you can get the rerolls back. I'm just quickly going to take him out. Hopefully I can show you the chest, so I can show you another aspect of this real fast. The things over these means contact has been made. Like they have bumped or collided, or I can't remember what the game actually states. Okay, it doesn't actually tell you there. But essentially, every time they collide, yeah, see, I just did enough damage to essentially cut through his thing. I'm going to pick up Drowsy just because I don't want to show you too awful much, but I do want to show you some of it. I've kind of gotten into a pattern for some of this stuff. I do want to get to the chest. This, it's going to give you 5 extra resolve for your next combat. So like this one here, you're going to have the 5 extra resolve going into the fight. It's a really good mechanic. And I kind of skipped through what happens at the end of a combat. Oh, fuck. These guys are annoying. And this is what I'm talking about. 2x5. So he's going to do 2 instances of 5 damage, as far as I'm aware. I'm just going to use the auto roll for this, because use that, get him drowsy, light him on fire, or bleed him. Why did I say light him on fire? And damage over time is damage over time. But you can, like, every character I've seen, because I've seen some of the info of some of the other characters. They all have a special ability. Now, no one is stating what that is yet. Yeah, as you saw, he summoned another guy. It's annoying. Bleed, take damage, stay drowsy, die. Okay. But this is actually really, like, it is a really nice game. I really love the art style. There's some real nice stuff going on in the background. Yeah, 2 instances of 5 damage. Intern. Ouch. The animations are okay. I get it. I believe the whole art style is hand-drawn. So, I mean, I can't really say too much about it. Because if so, that would be to be 30 FPS or 60 FPS. Like, they would have to, like, for each animation, they would have to legitimately do, for every second of animation, 30 frames of drawing, which would be so bad. Um, it gives you multiple things there. I understand. I'm kind of doing this like, I don't know. I'm doing this kind of just to show you some of the mechanics that are neat. The chest. Hmm. Okay. Um. The hell is this? I don't know where this thing came from. I've I've done about, I want to say, 10 or more runs, and I've not seen this once. What is this? I am still fairly early in my gameplay. Currently, I think I've got 6 hours, give or take, in this so far. Um, I'm just gonna grab it just to show you. Okay, so in the Dice Forge, you'll actually see you can actually put this inside of a die, and like you can remove it, so it's not like it's locked in. You have to use it, so it gives you even more customization because you can lock it up inside of a die, and then anytime you use this die, which you roll it you can roll it every turn, and it's got some art. I'm gonna hit abandon run, go back to the house, um, or the lodge, but yeah, honestly, the mechanics are really nice. It feels somewhat intuitive. Um, there's a lot of tutorial, like talk, not like tutorial levels, but there's a lot of tutorial talk the first time you do this. Oh, little birdie. Oh, I didn't realize birds landed on the house. Um, but there's a lot of like tutorial talking in this, which you can literally just spam click past. It's a really intuitive game. I honestly kind of figured out what was happening pretty fast. Now I'm sure there's plenty of things I still have not seen or have no idea about. Because I know one of the thing. So currently, the character you just saw was the detective. There's also the magician and the tracker. They've got some neat stuff themselves. From what I've seen, the magician's about elemental and status effects. Trapper, I did not read too much on him actually. I think he was stealth, kind of like a rogue in most games. But honestly, I'm gonna try to wrap this up here because I just realized it's been 19 minutes. Um, art style, I personally love it. If I'm going on a, if I'm going objectively though, I'm gonna say the art style in this game is probably a 7 out of 10. Personal preference, I would rate it a 9 of 10. Um, gameplay mechanics for the genre of game it is. It's a roguelike game that is pretty simple, if I'm being honest. Um, like combat mechanics, I guess I'll separate these a little bit. combat mechanics, I would give it. I'd give it a solid 8 of 10. Um, the way like it does have the physics on dice, which I really love. So it's not completely luck based. You can throw a die into another one and get it to flip. Um, which makes the combat a little bit easier. Um, but I don't know. If I'm going over like the combat, the gameplay, stuff like that, I can't fairly judge it. It has a unique feel all its own. Yes, it is 100% a roguelike deck builder. Um, but you have a set limit of cards in your deck. And you can change them out in between each fight. So, I mean, for that mechanic alone, this gets a couple points from me. I'm honestly gonna say this is a solid game for like a roguelike deck builder. If you like roguelike deck builders, check it out. I'm gonna have the link for the Steam page in the description. Um, Tiny Build has quite a few games like this, or not like this, but like where the art style is a major thing. Um, at least for me. Like Tiny Build does a lot of really good artwork in their games. I love it. And this is just another example of why that they are one of my favorite game art styles. Like they have some of my favorite game art styles because they do stuff like this and it's just astounding to me. But I'm going to end this here. I honestly am going to say if you're trying to decide if this is a game you should or should not buy, I would honestly get it. It feels worth it to me. Um, Off the top of my head, I don't remember the price tag for it. But it, I like I put a couple hours into it already, and I could see myself just going and just playing it for quite a few hours because like I like roguelikes. So they're not my favorite genre of game, but like roguelikes are still something I very much enjoy. I like going at something, finding an approach, being like, okay, that didn't quite work. What can I do differently? Oh, I can get upgrades. Let me get myself stronger using like permanent upgrades and going at it. How far can I take it? Can I beat it? But I digress. I would definitely get this game. It is fun. It's a single player experience. It is not co op. I cannot stress that enough. My roommate walked in here while I was like grinding through trying to get some of those tokens, and he was like, "That looks fun," and asked me about it, and I told him that it's single player and he can't play it yet. But all around, it is a really fun game. I would recommend it. Um, I'll say look into it. I've got some videos that are going to be going up over the next couple days about it, going over. Hopefully, I'm going to unlock all the characters in time. I am I'm about to start grinding. I'm about to really start grinding because I need to get some of those coins so I can unlock the magician. Because I want to try to do a couple episodes over all the characters. But, till next time, peace.